That guy fits in a hole. Dang. If I want to play this again, you know what? It's fine. You can get in a hole. And there they go. Yes, we beat goblins! That was 2 of my losses today. Goblins. What a way to end the video. Yeah! Hey everybody, my name is Kyle, and welcome to my 100th video here on Arena Hacks. I love just sharing all kinds of fun decks that I like building. It's one of the things I've liked most about Magic the Gathering ever since I got into it approximately 16 years ago. So yeah, I love sharing all kinds of those decks there. I love just sharing my tips and tricks for growing my account, like more specifically the cards and my collection on MTG Arena. So if you're into any of that stuff, hit the subscribe button down in the bottom corner. And for my 100th video, I am really glad that I have such a really cool, really fun deck to share with you guys. Esper Dungeons. The mana base is complicated, and it does occasionally get in the way a bit. But oh my god, when this deck gets going, it is redonkulous. There is just, okay, like, let's just break it down. Alright, I got a lot of weird numbers of stuff here. A few 2 ofs, 2 of, 3. I only have 3 Hama. I thought I upped that to 4 because she's freaking amazing in this deck. She's definitely a big showstopper here. You know what? I should probably actually swap one of these. Maybe I shouldn't. You know what? This deck has been doing really good on its own the way it is. So maybe there's a reason why I set these numbers the way they are. Anyways, 3 portable holes. The reason why there's 3 of the portable holes is because they are somewhat weak, and there's at least one game I can think of that I remember playing with this deck, and I had 2 portable holes in hand that were dead the entire game. I did not have a target to cast them. Most of the time, these things are really handy, though. There's a lot of 2 mana or less stuff right now, especially with the new Dungeons & Dragons set that came out, that this thing will hit. As I mentioned in past videos, it does hit every single class that is out there as well. Fly, because we're all about dungeons in this deck, so this one enchants a creature, gives its flying, which is really awesome for 1 mana. Not necessarily main deck worthy, but it's that second ability with the rest of this deck and how it works. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, venture into the dungeon. Since it already has flying, that makes it a lot easier to get damage through because it has that evasion to it. So really powerful there. 4 of those. 4 Fates Reversals. Again, we get to venture into the dungeon when we play this. This is all about dungeon venturing. Venture, 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 venture. That's basically how we win, is just playing so many dungeon rooms, and we just get so much value out of the dungeon, like so much. Like, it's insane. So yeah, everything's got a venture, but well, not everything. We got portable hole, right? But anyways, moving on. Triumphant, oh yeah, and obviously Fates Reversal gets our creature out of the graveyard, which is really awesome, because as you may have glanced over here, we have this Death Touch guy here, which I did do a Death Touch deck. A Death Touch dungeon deck when D&D first came out. If you want to check out that video, there should be a link right above me somewhere there. Go check that out if you want to. So those of you who've been watching the channel for a little while, you may recognize this guy from that deck. Whenever he deals damage, just like Fly, whenever he deals damage to a player, he gets to venture into the dungeon, and he's got Death Touch, so people usually don't want to block him. So here in this deck now, because we didn't have white, and I didn't have white in my last deck, that I did dungeons, it was Death Touch dungeons, and this guy wasn't in it because I didn't have white, but this guy is freaking awesome. Triumphant Adventurer. Every time he attacks, you get to venture in the dungeon. Doesn't matter if your opponent blocks, doesn't matter if his damage doesn't get through and he doesn't hit the opponent, doesn't matter. Stupid bugs, get out of here. Anyways, where was I? Triumphant Adventurer, yes. So yeah, it doesn't matter whether he gets blocked or whatever, you know, he just, as long as you attack, he ventures. And if your opponent wants to block, I mean, he's got first strike on your turn, so if he's attacking, it's your turn, and it's most likely their creature's going to die and not even touch him. So he's really fun, really crazy that way. And because we have the Fates Reversal, we just use that Death Touch, and we'll throw him under the bus in order to take down our opponent's creatures. A lot of our removal in this deck is Triumphant Adventurer and this guy. Again, I'm so tired of trying to pronounce these D&D words. Like, oh my god. Anyways, so this guy and this guy, they're our main sources of removal for that. Nadaar, Selfless Paladin. This guy is a boss in dungeon tech decks, or whatever, dungeon decks, whatever you want to call them. He ventures into the dungeon as soon as he enters the battlefield. Really sweet when you get that immediate venture. You get that immediate value right off the start. And just like the, what was this guy? Triumphant Adventurer? Yeah, just like the Triumphant Adventurer. Every time he attacks, doesn't matter if he gets blocked, doesn't matter. Before blockers are even declared, before anything even happens, you do get that venture right away. So ETB venture, when he attacks a venture, really sweet. You put fly on him, he does another venture when he hits the opponent and he's harder to block. And with vigilance, that's just crazy. Same with putting fly on Triumphant Adventurer. He ventures as soon as he attacks, and then he's flying, so he's less likely to be blocked, and opponents don't want to block a first strike death toucher anyways. So his damage will go through and he has fly on it. That's another venture into the dungeon. That happens a lot in this deck, where we're getting multiple ventures in the dungeon. Sometimes we trigger a venture in the dungeon twice, and if you see here, in Dungeons of the Mad Mage, the Runestone Caverns down there on the left side, exile the top 2 of your cards, you may play one of them. You're playing those. You have to play those on the moment that you enter that room, right? You have to have the mana to cast them, but you play those in those moments. You're playing creatures and sorceries mid-combat, like an instant. It's really crazy. And if we have something that enters the battlefield and ventures into the dungeon, sometimes we attack with Nadaar and Triumphant Adventurer, right? And we get 2 dungeon triggers. The first one is Runestone Caverns, and we get more. Before the second dungeon trigger gets to it, we get more dungeon triggers. And it's like we're getting dungeon triggers interrupting our other dungeon triggers. It's insane. A lot of times that happens too because of Hama. So should we get double dungeon triggers? So sometimes you'll get double of those, whatever that room was where you get to exile the cards and play them. Right, you'll get double of those. You'll play a card that gets more dungeon triggers, and all of a sudden 2 more triggers will come up because of Hama's ability there. And all of a sudden triggers are interrupting your own dungeon triggers. And it just gets really out of hand sometimes. Really fun. Really friggin' fun. This guy already talked about a bit. Eccentric Apprentice, another great guy, enters the battlefield, gets you a venture right away. And that, we usually finish, I'll get to the dungeon strategy in a bit, but we usually, in this deck, as you may have already noticed, we can finish a dungeon fairly quickly. Once we get our ventures going, we're done our first dungeon pretty quickly. And every combat, this guy is giving our guys, one of our guys, flying. Now, the only thing he does when it comes to targeting that with Triumphant Adventurer, because it doesn't say they lose abilities, right? If you've completed a dungeon at the beginning of your combat, up to 1 target creature becomes a bird with base power and toughness, 1/1 flying until end of turn. The great thing about this, I don't think I've had an opportunity to do this yet, is until end of turn, right? So if your opponent has like an untapped dragon or something like that, and your flying creatures aren't powerful enough to get past them, you can turn them into a 1/1 bird. It's already got flying, right? Usually I'll target my own creatures that already are fairly weak, and I just want to get the damage through, like these guys that I just highlighted there. And when they get damaged through, they'll get another venture, or in the case of Triumphant Adventurer, he gets that venture as soon as he attacks. This just helps guarantee that he can't be blocked if our opponent doesn't have flying. Bar the Gate, another one, it's hard to see here, I have to kind of stay in between. You can see there's only 2x, so I have 2 copies of them. It's great venture, but it's hard to cast. It's a 3 mana counter spell, so I mean 3 mana counter spells aren't the most uncommon, but to counter a very specific type of spell for 3 mana, if you're countering a specific spell, it should be only 2 mana, right? Because it limits when you can play it, right? So that's the clunky part about Bar the Gate. It's a specific spell that you counter, but it's still 3 mana. So it's really, ugh. But to counter a creature spell, especially when it's a sweet, awesome creature that your opponent's playing, and venture into the dungeon with this deck, with Hama on the field, it's so worth it. It's hard to hold up the mana, really hard to hold up the mana for it, but it's so worth it when you can. That's why there's only 2 of them. They do end up being dead cards a lot. These guys and these guys end up being dead cards more often than anything else. Fate's Reversal a little bit, but if it's a dead card, that's usually a good thing because it means our creatures aren't dying, right? We have nothing in the graveyard to get with it because that's what makes it a dead card. So it's usually a good thing if this is a dead card anyways. It means we're in a good position. In this list, the 3-drop list, which, as on a side note, as you'll notice, holy Jesus, it's a big 3-drop list. But the last one here that I haven't covered or talked about is Skyclave Apparition. Adds such a control aspect to this deck when you have portable holes and Skyclave Apparitions. You're exiling things here, there, here, there. If a Skyclave Apparition dies, we bring it back and play it again, and we venture into the dungeon and all that stuff. Really, really freaking fun, really effective when an angel deck is playing Valkyries, Righteous Valkyries, and it's like, oh yeah, you can turn into an illusion if you happen to kill my apparition, but your Valkyrie, gone. So powerful. So freaking powerful. Barrowin of Clan Undurr. Under what? What are you clanning under? Anyways, legendary, another legendary guy. That's another reason why there's only 2 of in here, although he is surprisingly awesome. Another reason, other than the Eccentric Apprentice down here, he is another reason why we want to get a dungeon done quickly, which again, like I said earlier, we'll get to the dungeon strategy. There is a dungeon strategy that goes with all these ventures. I'll get to that. But yeah, when we really want to finish a dungeon quick, because when this guy attacks, if we have a dungeon to finish, we're bringing any creature with converted mana value 3 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield, right to the battlefield, only if we've completed a dungeon, and only when this guy attacks. But if you realize, the only thing in here, the only creature that's higher than 3 is Barrowin himself, so he just can't bring another Barrowin into the battlefield, and why would you want to, because he's legendary, right? So it really doesn't matter that he can't bring himself out of the graveyard, but he can bring everybody back out of the graveyard. Bringing a Skyclave, attacking with this guy, getting a Skyclave out, and then exiling the only creature that your opponent can block and kill Barrowin with? It's the sweetest thing ever. They don't see it coming either. Yeah, I'll just attack you with this, pull this out of my graveyard, now your guy's exiled. What do you block with? Haha. Anyways, onto the lands. I let the auto land handle this. Before I get into more details on that too, let's just hop over in here, check the stats a bit here. We got 24 lands, 2.4 curve. The reason why I wanted the higher lands is because I wanted to make sure I get all the colors I need. It is Esper, it's triple colored, so it is tricky to do that. So I've got a full set of all 3 pathways here to help with that, and then the rest is more or less, like I said, the suggested land program just did that all. I added these, and that's what it had here for the basics, and I find it works really sweet, really well. No sideboard. I have nothing to get into the sideboard. We're all about the dungeons. So, like I said, we want to go on to talk about some dungeons now. So the Lost Mine of Phandelver is how I start. Reason being, 4 rooms. That's it. Dungeon done. And now we're turning on Barrowin. We're activating Nadaar. Another one I forgot to mention earlier. Other creatures you control get +1/+1 as long as you've completed a dungeon, and Nadaar is on the battlefild. It's kind of like Maja, except in order to get all your creatures to get the +1, you have to have completed a dungeon first, right? Another reason why we want to complete a dungeon, and same with Eccentric Apprentice. So that being said, that is why we always go for the Lost Mine of Phandelver first. We also go for it first because we get more value right away out of it. Cave entrance, scry 1, we're starting to dig already and set up more of our pieces because we're scrying. We're already hitting the top of our library and stacking it a little bit. And then from that point on, it's really just situational. From that point on, you can almost choose whatever you need to handle the situation. Sometimes you go one way into Goblin Lair or Mine Tunnels, and then if you look carefully, the Dark Pool you can always enter into as your 3rd room, but the Fungi Cavern and the Storeroom, you can only go into each one of those depending on what you entered before it. So this is the only real dungeon that has that kind of weirdness to it. Everything else just has, like, you split and go 2 different ways, or you only have 1 room to go into, or you only have 2 different ways. This is the only one that has like 3. So sometimes you might go into a 2nd room that doesn't let you go into the 3rd room you want, but that's very rare that happens. Very rare that happens. And we get through this one, it gets done, and when it's done, we're getting all the triggers of these guys being all happy, a dungeon is completed, and then we go on to Dungeon of the Mad Mage. We never really hit this one at all. It hurts us as much as our opponent. We're not prepared for the kind of things that this does to us. Maybe Witherbloom or a Rakdos Sacrifice deck or something like that might be able to make more use of Tome of Annihilation. But for this one, what we want is Dungeon of the Mad Mage all the time, except for that first dungeon like I mentioned. There was one game I went this because I'm like, oh, I have a bit of time. My opponent's not coming at me real fast. Maybe I'll start with Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Don't do it. I regretted it as soon as I did it. I'm like, no, it's too slow, it's too long, and Nadaar's not pumping the team up. This guy can't do anything. This guy is just a 3-mana dungeon venture, and then yeah, you get a 2/2 flyer afterwards. But still, I'm like, everything feels so buggy because I'm taking so long to get through the dungeon of the Mad Mage. Do Phandelver first, then you have a completed dungeon, and then go to Mad Mage. And seriously, like, you'll see it in the video. I'm not going to explain every room in this dungeon because it's obviously it's one of the biggest ones, but all those Runestone Caverns and Mad Wizard's Lair. Oh my god. Oh my freaking god. Those are amazing rooms. And then the Twisted Caverns is also a super awesome room. We don't always use it. Sometimes we use Goblin Bazaar. Sometimes our opponents don't have creatures that we can shut down for a turn, right? Sometimes the Goblin Bazaar is better. Creating treasure tokens in a triple colored deck, don't underestimate. Our dungeons are great for that. Phandelver has that too, the Goblin Lair. No, not the Goblin. Mine Tunnels, create a treasure token. What's the one Goblin Bazaar, create a treasure token, right? But both of our two mines have it, or mines, both of our two dungeons have it, second and or third room, right? So it's like, those treasures really help when we have mana problems, which happens sometimes. That being said, I think I finished, went over everything. We looked at the stats, talked about all the cards. I told you most of the strategy. As for a win con, I really don't know what to tell you guys the win con is, but it wins. You just peck away at your opponent slowly with these, like, because these guys are fairly weak. None of them are that big. You get a dungeon finished, and then Nadaar pumps the field, and you get more damage in. That's basically our win con. We just peck away at our opponent until they have 0 health. They usually concede before that. But that being said, yeah, let's check it out. All right. No more mistakes this time. Wasn't looking too good last game anyways. No blocks. Let's hope we can maybe dig up a portable hole for that annoying thing. That will work as well. We need a second white for that. Let's do it. Go away. Into exile with you, my friend. Get out of here. Stupid reoccurring skeleton. We do have blue, so let's keep that on top. That'll make Valiant Adventure fun. We can even put it on Skyclave Apparition, because Adventure's pretty good on his own with his first strike Death Touch. People don't usually like blocking him, and if they do block him, like, he gets his dungeon trigger right away anyways, so... Freaking bug, get out of here. Or do we get this guy get Adventure? No, let's do him later. He gets an extra benefit when we finish the dungeon. Sorry, opponent. This bug is... I don't know where he went now. Damn it, I hate when they do that. So let's get this on our Apparition here so we can get in unopposed. We'll attack with all. Treasure? No. I think we're okay for mana. Let's get a 1/1 token to chump block their dude there. We get another Venture with this one. How big is their dude? It's only a 2/2, but when they play skeletons, they'll pump them up. So let's drain a game. I can't get anything out of my graveyard with that anyways. So he's going all about the skeletons. Choose a creature. What does it do? You may look at the top of your and you may cast creature spells of the chosen type. So this guy's all skeleton tribal. That's an interesting tribal. Skeletons? Huh. So let's get another Venture in the dungeon. Draw a card. Now we've completed a dungeon too. Oh, that's nice. They're both too big for the hole. Dang it! That skeleton should go in the hole. Dang it! Alright, 2 combat. Submit 0. We're fine. This is attacking with everybody again. New dungeon this time. And that gives us another Venture. Scry. We don't want another one of those guys now. We want some other stuff. More Apparitions or... I can't remember the name of that legendary creature who allows us to get 2 triggers for venturing in the dungeon. So we would have gained 2 life there. We would have... What was the second one? We would have scryed... We wouldn't scry for 2. We'd scry for 1 twice, which is different. Alright, so they're taking down the enchantment here. No, they had nothing in their graveyard to exile, that's why. Right. No, we're gonna have to let that go. We're gonna have to start chump blocking soon, though. Huh. No, I won't have enough mana left over to play this guy and this guy. So I say we attack in with everybody, and then play this guy as a blocker. And they shouldn't have enough points to get around me to kill me. So we'll go with that. Submit 0, I want damage. And if they want to block my adventure, that's fine. And you know what? You can't attack next turn, because that's a lot of damage right there anyways. And he's probably going to continue growing because of their skeleton tribal. More adventure. Ooh. That would be a better chump blocker than the other adventurer. Ooh, but I like Fly too. Fly's a... Oh, they're both good ones. Let's keep them both. Damn, I want that other one that gives me the double venture triggers. We don't need to worry about blocking this guy next turn, so let's get him down. Chump blockers, or do we want to play... How much mana do we have? We do have to spend their mana, so we'll go this way with the skeletons, because we don't have any mana to cast. So we would just be exiling cards off the top of our library. No good. 2 mana for this guy. Let's hold off on the portable hole. I'm not too worried about this guy yet. Opponent's down to 7 health. Just from little attackers, right? Like, you just got to try to shut down your opponent with this deck, and then just... Oh, there goes everything. All right, and they keep all their skeletons. Dang. Well, that's not cool. But we can get stuff back out of the graveyard. And more ventures. We go this way. Got another good chump blocker there. And here's another chump blocker. So they're going to be really aggressive now. Hopefully they're aggressive with their big, powerful creatures. Because then we can kill them. Because we're getting one of our guys back. Which is probably a Triumphant Adventurer. And yeah, we'll take out their big guys. Both these guys, they need to go. Alright, they're protecting this one. They're scared. Or no. Well, this guy can survive if we block something else. This guy can't. So... let's go this way. That way they both die. We keep one of our blockers. We can get Adventurer back. Would have preferred to get the other one we lost back. Oh well, this will have to do. Another Scry for 3. Let's try to dig for... Ooh, this guy's good too. Well, these guys are all good. Dang it. Okay, that goes to the bottom. This guy can bring stuff out of the graveyard when he attacks, so let's keep him on the top. And then... oh... should we give something Fly? Nah, let's hold off. Maybe do it next turn. No attacks, we need defenders. Their crippling fear really crippled us. Hopefully they don't get more of those. Let's give this guy flying. And then he can get double dungeon triggers for attacking. Ooh, this will be good. Oh, nice. Oh, man, which way do I go? This one. Then we get another double dungeon trigger. Now things get ridiculous. And then this guy gets an ETB dungeon trigger. And if we attack with him, we can start bringing stuff out of our graveyard. Okay. What's with the Triumphant Adventurers? Holy jeez. Okay, now they're getting to destroy an enchantment because they have cards to exile this time. What is it, a creature? Exile creature card from your graveyard, yep. So I do not have the flying anymore. Although I can give it. That's so true. Let's get this out. Get a double dungeon thing. Let's go treasures. So we got lots of mana for the turn. Oh my. Let's go this way. They want to block my Triumphant Adventurer. That's quite fine by me. And this guy too. Let's get in with him. He'll bring somebody back out of the graveyard. Well, this is getting ridiculous. Like, look at how ridiculous this is freaking getting. I don't even know what to do. Let's get more graveyard shenanigans. So this is going to do nothing because I've already kept the 2 cards. This we're going to get back. Ooh, we're going to get you back. And we're going to get rid of you. Wow. Yeah, and they just take it. Like, yeah. It's like as soon as I got, what's her name? Hama? Give me the thing. Give me the thing. Hama. Pashar. I don't even know if I want to try with these cards anymore. Like, what the heck? But yeah, once she came out, things just got absolutely out of control. Anyways, on to the next. I don't have a second white either. It's not uncommon to have to wait 3 turns to play a card with this deck, but the problem with this starting hand is we don't have the double white to guarantee the apparition by our 3rd turn, and there's no guarantee we'll get our white before our 3rd turn, or that we'll get something else that we can play, like an Triumphant. We might get a Triumphant Adventurer. But I like the mana base. We've got, oh man, it's so sketchy to keep this. I don't think I could go a very long time without playing anything. It's too risky. It's too risky. Alright, I have 1 of each color of mana. Death Toucher, Adventure. Ooh, I don't know which. This guy gets more adventure than this guy. I think we'll throw him back. We'll keep 6. Portable Hole's always got its handy uses. Okay, we don't want a Portable Hole yet. We have nothing to target. I wonder... Never mind, that's not an instant or sorcery. Never mind. Ah, crap! Freaking mill deck. Well, you know what? We've got a Portable Hole. Let's put your crab in the hole. Put their crab in my hole. That's right. Yeah, friggin' rogues. I thought we were past this. Oh man, I want to. Actually, I don't have the blue mana for it. Well, let's get into some dungeons. Now we got a scry coming. We have to remember that this is going to get milled. We have a blue here, black, 2 white. Yeah, let's let it get milled. The card below it's going to get milled as well, but you know, we don't know what that is. At least 1 card we don't mind getting milled of the 2 cards they're going to mill us. And it was another thing. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Let's get in there. You want to block? Treasure token, please, I think. Maybe I should have done the other thing. Goblin? No, Goblin wouldn't have been any good. And another venture. Let's go. Let's do this one. Who do we hit? Whenever 1 or more, as long as a rogue attacks, this guy triggers. This guy has to do damage to trigger. Combat to a player. He has to do damage to a player. So we'll go that way. Oh, right, and then we can get rid of their Soaring Thought Thief. Right. Gotcha. That was my plan earlier, and I forgot about it. Didn't say anything to you guys, and then I forgot about it. Like, oh yeah. Yeah, we're putting their... What is this thing? Soaring Thought Thief inside the apparition. Would have been nice to hold up some creature counter spells there. I guess that's what we're doing this turn, though. And we don't want them double blocking. They can double block this guy. Nice. Oh, and we're done a dungeon now, too. That's... I wish I would have looked ahead on that. So now we go Mad Mage because we're done a dungeon. So let's hold up Bar the Gate. They seem to be going creature heavy with this rogue deck. If we do go to Bar the Gate and they have a counter spell for our counter spell, at least we drew a counter spell out of them, right? This is an interesting matchup. I don't think I've had a matchup against rogues with this deck yet. 2022 rogues. No, what was I thinking? Oh my god, I'm not used to holding up counter spells. That was so dumb of me. I'm just like, yeah, you play a creature, whatever. Vault Gaze, if the player loses 1 life and mills a card, you gain 1 life and scry 1. What? That's a lot of stuff. Can't block this. That is dirty. We have to get rid of that right quick. Two mana, they might counter it too. That sucks. Okay, they didn't counter it. Let's get in with both because double blocking should not do them any good. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'll take it. They got low mana creatures. We can put all their stuff in the hole. We have 8 in the... We only have 2 in the graveyard? We have done a good job stopping them from milling us. I think, what was it? The Soaring Thought Thief, and that was it? They haven't gotten through with a Wind Robber or anything. Oh, man. Oh, man. I did not realize that. They've only milled 2 cards. Oh, I almost hit pass again. Oh man, I only have 2 Barga the Gates in here. I've got 2 of them in my hand. I gotta find a good use for one of them. Like, holy jeez. And then I just pass every time he plays a good creature. Oh my god. Anyways, what do we want to do now? I guess it doesn't matter. This deck, when you start getting on a roll, people are just like, I don't want to deal with this. I'm out of here. We've got Portable Hole for the first 2 turns to take out something small they play, and then we go right into Eccentric Apprentice. So we have playables and lots of good variety of mana colors and stuff, so I say we keep. We got to be very careful how we play these to make sure we get all our colors. We want 2 white, 1 black, and 1 blue. So this one goes black side, this one goes blue side, and these go white. Oh no, goblins again. I think that's one of the few... Ooh, they got the Bugbear out too, Den of the Bugbear. Ugh. And they're just hitting everything swell. All swell-like. They only got 2 damage a turn if I don't play this right away. Let's hold off and see if they play a better goblin that I want to use this on. They might do a 3-drop though here too. That would be bad. And okay. So they don't do anything pre-combat. Put that one on our blue side. Just get some Venture going. They probably have a burn spell and they'll just kill this guy right away anyways. I need something to handle their goblins. That might actually help. That's a good blocker. Oh, I'm almost kind of nervous now because I lost. Now, the other game I lost because I did a total F up when I was clicking. Alright, that's not... Ooh, that's bad there. Okay. So we can kill my guy here. Do I really care? You know what? At the moment, I don't. Let's get rid of their goblins. Get them gone. So this guy, I have a portable hole with his name on it. He's going in my hole. Okay, so this is bad. Now they're getting counters on their stuff. Ugh. Play that, what is it, Battle Cry Goblin? Play that guy out. There he is. He's going in the hole, and I have no idea what I'm going to do about all the other goblins. And he's going to keep getting freaking things on them next turn. Yeah, he just hit a perfect curve, like an absolutely perfect curve. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like literally in that order too. Like, what did he have for a 3-drop? He didn't do anything 3. He just kept attacking on 3. And I really don't want to block, but I kind of have to. Do I get a token? I do get a token of my own. Oh, I have no idea what to play these lands on. So let's get this and get rid of that Battle Cry Goblin. Poof. Shoot, I have no idea what to play. I think I should go this black. And then Hengegate on blue. Nah, 2, 2, and 2. So I basically have to block everything I can with all my creatures. Because they've got more creatures, they're just going to keep coming. And I gotta hope I keep drawing good stuff. No, this is hopeless. Like... just 1, 2, 3, 4 into another 4. Well, no 3. They skipped 3. They just attacked turn 3. But yeah, and I had too slow of a start. None of my 2-drops. Oh yeah, they just get it all. Alright, I've had enough. We're way too far behind. Good games. You make a goblin deck. They're good, but... I don't know. They seem kind of brainless and lucky. Like, I've beaten these goblin decks a lot, but every now and then they just get this curve, and it's like, that's the only time they're really any good is if you're luck. So if you're someone who has a lot of luck, this goblin deck is probably going to be right up your alley. So goblins seems to be our weak point so far. Oh, lack of white. This is bad, but we... Oh, I need white for this guy, but I really don't want to... We go first, so maybe we can hold out to our 3rd turn if we don't get white. Sketchy AF, but... Come on, white, 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 white. Oh, you're killing me. Yeah, I'll bring back nothing out of my graveyard. I know we get a venture still, but I'm not just casting this just to venture. I gotta get something out of my graveyard too. Come on, portable hole. That is not a portable hole. Black is generally more important than the, what's the other color? Blue. White is the most important in this deck, and I may have really screwed up by not... Another skeleton. Where did the skeleton tribal come from all of a sudden? Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me. I gotta start venturing. I gotta start scrying and digging for what I need. So that's a double venture from the enchantment. Scry and maybe create a treasure because we need that mana. You're killing me, game. You're killing me. You're just breaking my nuts here. We're creating that treasure token anyways, so we can get this guy down. And if you attack with your Gladewalker, I will happily block with my Triumphant Adventurer. You just watch. I will do it. Your skeleton, yeah. I need a portable hole for that thing because you're just going to keep bringing them back. Oh, you got 2 of them. Swell. Attack me with the Realm Walker. Come on. Come on, Realm Walker. Get the Realm Walker in there. Come on. You suck. Well, there's our white mana. Hallelujah. Alright, let's get some dungeon triggers going, shall we? Everybody in there. -4. Oh, who would that be good on? I don't know. It'd be good on one of them, though. Skeleton, maybe? Gladewalker? He's not going to block with Gladewalker anyways. Or attack. Let's put it on that guy. I don't think it's a big deal, but yeah. Oh, he doesn't even double block to kill it with his Sanitarium Skeleton? Seems strange. On to the Mad Mage now. Well, that was what the heck? Let's get one of these guys out because we get Adventure right away. And he's pretty powerful. Yes, we will keep that. That is a great place for your... Good game. Is it over? Do you have some game-ending thing? Yeah, you have to exile something somewhere, don't you? Oh, he had something? Oh, he had the skeleton in there. Right. Oh, and another Sanitarium Skeleton. What a guy. What a freaking guy. The GG's was a little confusing there. Apparition, or do we attack first? Let's attack first, see what he blocks and what he doesn't. Do we care about his attackers yet? Not entirely. He hasn't attacked through much, so let's just create a treasure. So is he going to double block that adventure or that venture yet? No? Okay. Trades his moss pit with our other guy. Our adventure, no. Yeah, that guy. Not the adventure. Ooh, I think I wanted to play this. Oh well, I still have that treasure for it. Let's get rid of that Realm Walker. The only thing I'm missing in this deck for a kind of control-y kind of deck is in these colors, of course. I guess it's got blue and black in it, and white. Those are all really big control colors, right? But whatever. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Elite Spellbinder, so I could take a look at an opponent's hand and make them do silly stuff. I don't want them double blocking Apparition, so we'll just go in with our 2 adventurers. Continue to scry and dig. You can get out of here, but I like you. Yep, let's get her out there. Did we get 2? Okay, I thought we had 2 of them. Auto pay? It sounds good to me. Auto pay. Alright. Who are we putting? Oh, skeletons going in the hole. That's it. I guess the Glade Walker would fit in the hole to the other thing, not the Glade. That other green thing there. Shapeshifter, what is it? Masked Vandal. This skeleton tribal is interesting. I've encountered it before. I kind of like it, where they're using shapeshifters and the skeletons are reoccurring out of the graveyard. It's kind of freaky, but our dungeon tech, man. We're going to be missing blue until a little later because we have to go white here, black here to get our adventure out. We also got... This is a really good hand. Bar the gate for later. We always hold this for later game. That's black or blue. We definitely play this on white. Okay, we did play this on black now then. Sweet deal. And now we have our blue mana for Hama, so we're going to be getting like double triggers right from the get-go. And they're totally not going to block with Trelisara. But this is a Selesnya life gain, which can be a very scary deck. However, 2 mana, she fits in the hole. She'll fit in our hole. Ooh, they're probably going to have a lot of cheap creatures. I think we hold that, and if they come up with another Trelisara, we are going to love that second portable hole. So yeah, we're keeping that. Damn, they have life gain though. This is going to be tough. We don't have any mana coming because we got portable hole. Ooh, that sucks. That really sucks. I'll put it on Trelisara, please. I wish I had a second white. I can only do a portable hole each turn now, one a turn, because I don't have 2 white. But I say we do it. And attack with Hama, whatever. Too bad we don't have mana for this or anything. We don't have enough mana. Oh god. See, that would have been nice to have a bar the gate ready and locked and loaded. Now it's almost kind of too late. Should we start? What do we have next? Treasure token. And we'll get 2 of them. Or do we wait and see if they draw, or if they play another creature and then we can use Bar the Gate? I don't like doing that. I've done that before and then I just sit there and they don't play a creature. And it sucks. I say we go this way, go with some treasures maybe. And then we portable hole the aspirant that they have. Because this guy unfortunately doesn't fit in the hole. And there's no point in attacking. Dang. Should have left up mana for that Bar the Gate. Urgh. Yep. I should have known. It's Selesnya Life Gain. They have so many creatures. But we've been getting kind of screwed for mana too. Like that's why it makes it really hard to hold up a 3-mana spell, a 3-mana counter spell when you're just like, yeah, you just don't have the mana. Just don't get to have it. Yeah, this sucks. So I literally have to hold up Bar the Gate now just to actually get some use out of it, really. Should I attack with this guy? Get some damage in? Maybe. It was my opportunity. Here, let's make you, let's make you a useless attacker. Oh, and you too. We get to do it twice. I forgot. We have Hama or Hama or, yeah, Hama. Ha ha! Opponent's like, shit. That's what I get sometimes when I don't realize what dungeon triggers I have. Like, oh, -4. Oh, ×2. Okay. So which one are they? They better keep the one with counters on. Like, it's gonna restore next turn, right? And they can't attack with her, so they're just gaining life off it. Good on them. Bunch of. We need Skyclave Apparition to take down their Valkyrie. That's what we need. Yes. Yes. 2 damage. Just absorb that with Hama. Some mana is nice. There's nothing to hold up this time, so we just go like this, I guess. No point in attacking, I guess. Another, oh my god. Oh my god, I need apparitions. I need Skyclave Apparitions really bad. Really, really bad. I can get rid of those Valkyries. Yeah, it's too late now. We're dead. Block 1, we're dead next turn. There's no way we're gonna solve it. Holy crap, a 4/4 Innkeeper too. Block it all, I guess. Let's see what we draw into. Probably not anywhere near what we need. Yeah. And no dungeon triggers, that's game. lucky son of a... All we needed was a... This is now what I'm used to. Oh, where's what I need? Where's what I need? Where's what I need? There's hundreds in the deck, and I don't get it, and they get everything they need. That's the games I'm used to. But yeah, all right. That's the first time that kind of game has happened with this deck, though. I can say that. Okay, this looks pretty good. Let's just hope. Oh my god, it doesn't look good. Hope looks pretty bad. Already, just from that mana color. Okay. Still not good though. I mean, looks kind of like dragons. Oh, they're stick. They got a burn spell. I shouldn't have rushed that guy out. Oh, counter spell. Okay. I hope you need that for land, because we're just getting that guy back. Or we get a free win. Okay. Yo, this is awful. Man, today with this deck is just nowhere near as good as yesterday was with this exact deck. I kinda almost want to get rid of... You know what? This guy's better a little later in the game usually. Once we've completed a dungeon. He is good for a dungeon trigger and a 2/2 flyer. 3 mana 2/2 flyer is not bad. And a dungeon trigger when he enters. Oh, man. Although a death touch flyer in this... Repeating dungeon triggers. I guess we throw that guy back. I like the 3 mana because we can get one of every color now. White, black, and blue. Ooh, is this Prismari again? Well, I don't even know what that last one was. They scooped pretty early. So they could hit it with a burn spell, which would suck. And it looks... There's some kind of stick, so it looks like they have something. Yeah. Frostbite too. Oh well, we have lots... We do have ways of getting them back. Hopefully we find them. We also have this guy who has a similar effect. See, he triggers a dungeon venture immediately, whereas our other guy triggers it only when he does damage. And same with Fly. Fly gives it to the creature that's enchanting whenever they do damage. Oh my god, not one of these decks. This is going to be the... I think with this deck, this will be the first time I've encountered this opponent too, where they just always have the spell to kill your creatures. Alright. Maybe not. It was looking that way. So let's put Fly on it, see if they're willing to block with Galazeth. They probably are, because they have another Galazeth. So they'll just play their other one and get another... No? Okay. I was thinking for sure, it's like, they see my Death Touch, they play their Galazeth. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that, actually. Treasure? Let's go... Yeah, let's go Treasure. And get out this other guy. And hopefully they're not willing to block our Death Touch with their dragons. I'd really rather not leave my flyer untapped as a blocker, but I might have to do that at some point this game. I'm a little worried about what they got foretold there. Oh, what am I worried? I know what it is. What is it always? Allrun's Epiphany. If there were white in this deck, I would say it's a Doomscar. It's a Doomscar! It's always a Doomscar! Well, he's got treasures. It might be a Doomscar. It might actually be a Doomscar. Now that I think about it. That could be legit. Ah, man. I mean, I can't complain about these games today so far, but they're just not what they were the other day, and it's just, or like yesterday. Oh, I wish I could have shown you guys those amazing streak of games I had yesterday. Well, I can. I just didn't turn on my camera. I always try to record my testing, even if it's just the non-commentary videos that I do. So yeah, so I'll be doing another one of those videos that shows my first run of games with this deck, and they were crazy. They were freaking crazy. Like, I was unstoppable. The deck was unstoppable. So they're starting to get a little lower on cards. Here comes the all runs. No, here's another foretell. They're going to do it once this guy has some power to do damage with. Yeah, and this guy's got all super high stuff, so our portable holes are fairly useless against this dude. Not terrible, not the greatest. How much does Allrun's Epiphany cost? 3, 4, 5. If I put both of those treasures in this hole. No, if they have an untapped land here, they could just play it then. Let's go with this, get a dungeon trigger. Is it non-token? Exile target non-land permanent. Mana value to relax, okay. Yeah, those treasures would go into a portable hole. Gain some life, a life. Ugh, this dungeon always sucks on its first step, the first room. But it's really, really freaking awesome after that. 2 more dungeon crawls and we should be pretty happy. That's really bad. And 6, yeah, here's an Allrun's Epiphany. And they sacrifice all their treasures, and then they got 2 in a row. 45 cards left. 15 cards deep, and they've got both of their 4. 2 of their 4. What do you want to bet they've got 3 of their 4? Oh, that's a multiverse. Okay, it's not an Epiphany. I've been encountering that a lot lately. I've actually, within like 3 days of playing, I encountered 2 different opponents. Both opponents played all 4 Allrun's Epiphanies on me, and they weren't even 30 cards deep in their library yet. All of them. And neither one of them had like multiverses and stuff. They never scryed. They never drawn any extra cards. Here you go. Here you go, sir. Like, seriously. And then this guy's pretty much the same. Put Goldspan Dragon in your deck and the shuffler just gives you everything you want. That seems to be the way it works. Oh my god, hurry up, dude. It's just a freaking portable hole. What's it doing to you? Yeah, let's take your treasure now. Wahaha! Freaking cheater. Alright, we'll do one more game and see if... Man. Holy geez, shuffler. It's a little bit better, I guess. We do go first. It still sucks. Holy jeez. Yeah, so much for this last game. Well, so much for it being a good one anyways. We'll see, we'll see. It can turn out. I'm being pessimistic. There's been at least 2 losses in this video that I'm just like, come on, those are not acceptable. Like, ugh. Alright, let's get this guy down. We gotta... Ooh, I almost hit the wrong one. They're gonna have creatures. Yeah, I guess we keep it. My guess is they're probably gonna attack. Oh, fuck. Yeah, of course they're gonna attack in. Yeah, that's not a snow there. I've made that mistake before. Don't feel too bad. Yeah, we'll take that trade. I can get it back. I got this guy. I got stuff. Do we play it? Do we play... I really want to counter something. And they're goblins. They're going to be playing creatures. There's no guarantee. And then we still have to take 3 damage. Yeah. Hopefully they tap most, if not all, of their mana for whatever it is they're casting. All of it. Tap it all down. Oh, shoot. Bugbear. No, they can't turn on Bugbear yet. Oh, that's getting very much countered. Yes, sir. Get out of here with that stuff. Kind of need mana. Or we can get a goblin to block the thing. I like that. Attack me now. That's pretty good. Do we want to go blue or white on this, though? Ooh. White is so much more important than blue, but having 2 of every color is kind of nice. There is more of white in here. What do we have coming up next? Any scries? Not for a while. Okay, we'll hit that up. I don't know. Oh, it's gonna burn me either way I choose. Let's go blue. Nah, he'll be our little blocker. Man, you can definitely turn on Den of the Bugbear, and that's not good either. Ew. Let's go with everybody except the Goblin. Double dungeon triggers. Nice, I wish I heard her on the battlefield now before this trigger and gain 2 life instead. So block and kill my one. No? No! What do we have in the bin? We have another of these guys. I say we get this guy out. And he can block. Oh yeah, we've completed a dungeon, so we get +1/+1 on everybody. Here's where, now that I've gotten to this point, I have a good feeling about this game. We've got Fate's Reversal in hand. No artifacts or anything for this guy to shoot down. First strike here, that sucks. Block the damage here, kill that guy. And their goblins lose a little bit. That guy fits in a hole. Dang. If I want to play this again, you know what, it's fine. You can get in a hole. And there they go. Yes, we beat goblins! That was 2 of my losses today, goblins. What a way to end the video. Yeah! Okay, so that was the gameplay. Unfortunately, it didn't go as well as my initial run with the deck, as you may have heard me talking about in some of those games. I can't complain too much. I think we were sitting, hovering around a 50% win rate, which, you know, I think a lot of it was bad luck, a lot of the losses that I did have today. I do have some non-commentary videos, as I mentioned earlier. I think I mentioned them earlier, but I do have some non-commentary videos of all those wins in the beginning. In fact, that reminds me, over here, Assistant is running again and recording my deck. Even when they had fixed, there was a message, that message saying about the error. Even when that disappeared and they're like, everything's working again, everything wasn't working again. It was a little frustrating, but everything does seem to be working again. So full disclosure, I can show you everything. This is just the play queue. So these are 10 games I played before I took it to rank. 1 loss. Are you freaking kidding me? 90% win in the play queue. Crazy. Ladder. Little different, as you see the chart here. So most of the games you saw in this video, I think maybe started from 6 here and went onwards. So yeah, you see this whole downward spiral, even though there is technically if I started showing you from this point onwards and you saw all these, what, games, I don't know how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that was a loss right here. That was the 6th game. So then you would have saw 7, 8, 7 and up, maybe, I'm guessing. I can't remember whether the first game in this video was a loss or a win, but either way, I think most of these are in the video. I don't understand why it goes down. If you look at it, it's, 2 wins, or no, let's start here. Lose, double win, yet we're still lower in win rate. Loss and win, but after the win, we're lower. Loss then win, we're still lower after the win. What? Loss and win, now we're almost back up here, but we're still definitely lower. So a 50% win rate makes your win rate go down. I'm sure if I actually ran the math, it would make more sense, but that's that. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, right when I started getting the 50% win rate, I think is when I started recording the video. But I'll show you all these games. They're just amazing. They'll be in another video that I do with no commentaries. That being said, what do you guys think of this deck? Do you think it's a little too complicated? It's very control-y, but I think it's fun when you really get those dungeon triggers going. Let me know what you guys think about it. Would you change anything? What would you change? Do you like it? Do you find it too complicated? Esper Dungeons, people, my 100th video. Please hit that thumbs up. 100th video on this channel. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. Hope you guys all have a great day, and I will see you at the next video. Cheers.